Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday, guys. It's Labrisha with Exceptional Lee Closed Realty. Coming to you for real talk and real estate. Okay. Super duper excited about today's real talk and real estate. We are going to be covering just a little bit of information. We're going to go over closing costs today. If you read the caption, and we are going, the real talk part is reflections. So we're going to be talking about closing costs, and we're going to be talking about reflecting. So first things first, if you have not registered for the home buying seminar, would greatly appreciate it if you did that. I did make a post today with the link for the Eventbrite for you to be able to register for the actual seminar. It's this Saturday from 12 until 3 Eastern time. So if you are in Alabama, be mindful that it's going to be from 11 to 1. We cover a lot of information. I go from start to finish as far as the home buying process goes. So it's a lot of information that I'm going to cover. Very useful information for you. So be mindful that that's this Saturday. I do host them once a month. I did say possibly it's every third Saturday. I did say I possibly gonna do a Sunday. So if you're watching this and you think Sunday would be a good day, let me know. Typically Sunday is my days off. So I try to not do real estate and all that good stuff on Sunday. But if I get enough people that are interested in me doing it on a Sunday night, let me know. And I will definitely change it so maybe more people can do it, because right now it's Saturday afternoon. And so just want to be mindful of everyone and their schedule. So yeah, be sure to register. I actually should have put that link in the description, but I believe I put my calendar invite. That's just my actual booking calendar to get on my schedule. But nevertheless, the home buying seminar is this Saturday. I actually thought about the home buying seminar that I hosted last month, and I had really good results from that seminar. Really good feedback. Everyone was super excited. A few of them are actually already pre-approved that were on the seminar. So it's just a matter of getting them in properties. So I do really pride myself in getting people in position. Like, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do in order to qualify. So, yeah. So just make sure you're ready. Get yourself in position. Take time out if you are looking to purchase. If you're looking to purchase, definitely let me know. Alabama. My people in Alabama, okay? I am trying my best. Like, I'm there and I want to do more business in Alabama, but you got to let me know, because for transparency's sake, it costs a lot for me to get all that stuff in Alabama situated. So I want to make sure I get everything together. Y'all going to be calling me, and y'all going to be ready to buy some houses. So specifically, Wiregrass, Andalusia, be getting ready. Y'all need to be getting on my calendar, getting on these seminars, so that y'all can get out of the housing authority, and let's get y'all in y'all own property. So definitely want to make sure that I can do that for the people where I'm from. I want more homeowners in Alabama, most definitely. So keep that in mind. Yeah. So yeah, register for the seminar. You'll be glad you did. I gave away good stuff at the last seminar. Like, they're going to get really good stuff if they utilize me as their agent. Okay? So that's this Saturday. We are but today's topic was closing costs. So every week I've been going through a little bit of the home buying process, and again, I stated if you have questions, do not hesitate to reach out. I ask a lot of questions. You can ask the lenders that I use. I'm like, wait, I got a question. So I will question you to death. So do not hesitate to ask questions, because it's perfectly fine. That's the only way you're going to find out the answer. So if you have questions, do feel free to let me know. Ask the questions, but if I don't know the answer, rest assured I will get it on your behalf, okay? So don't worry, I will get your questions answered, okay? So let's talk about what we're here to talk about today, because this is probably going to be a short real talk in real estate. Everything was coming at me today, and I feel like I had to press to get here today, because a lot has been coming at me, and it's been like some crazy days here lately. But I pressed on, and I'm here. So let's talk about these closing costs. So one thing I do want people to realize is closing costs and down payment are totally different things when you're going to purchase a home. So you always hear about down payment assistance, which is great, but they do not mention the closing cost aspect. Even when you are a VA buyer or a USDA buyer, and you are getting 100% financing, it's truly not 100%. You can't have $0 and go to purchase the home, because you still have closing costs. So while the VA will pay your down payment for you, so you don't have that cost, you still are responsible for your closing costs. So keep that in mind, that those are two separate charges. Closing costs, down payment, totally different. What do the closing costs cover? They cover your lender fees, the attorney fees, the title insurance, the taxes for the property, and they'll go ahead and prepay any HOA that you may have if you live in an HOA community, right? So with that, the attorney, of course, they work on your behalf. Well, they don't work on your behalf, but the attorney pulls the title, and they have to get that from the title company, and therefore they're the one that's facilitating the actual closing, so they need to be compensated for the work in which they have done. So that's where the attorney fees come in. They usually get the least amount, in all honesty, of the fees, but they do need to get paid for their services. The lender, if you are financing your home, then you will have lender fees. They have like origination costs for some companies. It just depends on where you get your loan from. You're going to have to pay for that. That's how they eat. That's how they get paid for originating the loan. So taking time to create the loan, going through the underwriting process, all of that is covered in those lender fees. Your taxes. So of course you have property tax when you own property. That's going to be in with your closing costs. Your homeowner's insurance, you need to get that. That is going to be in with your closing costs as well. So y'all, let me get some water. I ate a salad and it was kind of stuck there, I guess. So yeah, that's going to be in there as well. Again, if you have HOA, they would add that, or any other fees associated. If you had some old debt, that's going to be tacked on before you can purchase the property. So keep that in mind for the closing costs. We tell people closing costs fluctuates, of course. The more the insurance is, or the more the taxes is, that they will go up. But on average, we like to tell people that your closing cost is anywhere between 3 and 4% of the purchase price of the home. So for sake purposes, I always do 3.5%. So if it's a little less, then we're good. If it's a little more, we're good. So I always let my clients do 3.5% times the purchase price to get how much those closing costs would be. Okay, so be mindful of that. The seller can assist you with your closing costs, but they do not have to. You have to realize when you get seller's concessions or closing cost assistance from the seller, that seller is losing that money. So if you were trying to sell something and you want $100 for it, and somebody say, I'll buy it if you give me $20 back, then you only going to make $80. So that's up to you as a seller. Like, do I want to sell it that bad and lose the $20, or do I want to wait to somebody offer me the whole 100? So I do let my clients know that the seller can assist you, but they do not have to. Now, I'm licensed in 2 different states, as most of you know. So in Georgia, we're not getting many sellers. I'll say many because I don't want to say any, but we're not getting many sellers that are willing to pay closing costs for you. What I was doing when I first got in business and it was working, and it's not working now, I was able to kind of buffer in the closing costs. So if the property was listed for $200 and I know you needed $5,000 in closing costs, I would offer the seller $205 and ask for $5,000 back in closing. This market, they don't even want to see it. They don't want you to up the price. They don't want you to ask them for anything. It's like, take my house as it is, and I'm not giving you any closing costs. So that's been a little tougher in this market for buyers if you do not have a nest egg, or if you have not really been putting yourself in position to be able to purchase. Now, the flip side of that is you can still purchase and not have, because what it really boils down to is if you do an FHA loan and you need your closing costs, you need about 7% of the purchase price, which could be a hunk of money. Like I'm telling people, okay, you need $14,000, you need $20,000, you need $25,000, depending on the price point. That's a chunk of money. The average person doesn't have that much money sitting in the bank like liquid. So one way to get around it, or not get around it, but to help you with your closing costs in this market that we are in, is you can always save a little more. Just wait, save a little bit more money. It is income tax season, so you're going to get a large lump sum at income tax. Utilize it to finance and purchase your home this year. You can pull money out of your 401k. A lot of people forget that they pay into a 401k and they have that money sitting there. You can take that money out to purchase a property. All you're doing is moving it from one investment to another investment. So that will help you. Another option that you have is to go new construction. New construction, if you use their preferred lenders, they will usually offer you some sort of incentive. The most I've heard of as of late is about $6,000. But $6,000 is a lot of money for someone to give you in this climate of a market. So for my clients that have not or do not have all of the funds in which they need to be able to purchase, but they really want to be a homeowner, then I'm saying let's do new construction. Yes, I understand that the property is going to take 3 months to build, but you're going to be waiting 3 months anyway, unless if you can't save that money. If you can't come up with the money, you might as well go new construction and just wait on it to get built. At least you'll have a brand new house. So that's the upside of it. The other side is, say, for instance, I tell people to look at properties that have been on the market over 21 days. In this market, homes are not staying available usually longer than 3 days. If it's up there for longer than 3 days, the agent may just be playing real estate politics, and they're calling for highest and best, and they're just going to run it for a week. But if it's been sitting there for over 3 weeks, then you may have a chance at that point to get the seller to help you pay your closing costs, simply because there is nobody wanting it. It's something going on, and they can't get rid of the property. So that may be a good option for you. Or you pick a house that has cosmetic damages, like it needs carpet, it has crazy paint throughout the house, things like that. You could consider, and the seller may be willing to pay your closing costs on those type of properties if they have been sitting for over 3 weeks. Okay, so I do tell people it can be really, traumatizing, like, oh my gosh, where am I going to get this money from, and all of that good stuff. But do not worry. It's ways around it, is what I tell people. It's ways around it. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in the back of your head. Seller does not have to help you with your closing costs, but if they do, it is a huge blessing. And for my people in Alabama, I look back, I got a lot of closing costs for my client. This is my first client in Alabama. I'm super excited. I can't wait for you guys to see the pictures once we close. She's only like 22. She's buying her first house, so I'm super duper excited for her. And I was able to get a steal of a deal for her on that house. So Alabama is not as bad, is what I realized. It ain't as bad as it is in Atlanta. So that's why I'm like, call me, because I probably will kind of like shift. Definitely trying to do more in Alabama, because it's not as aggressive. I can say that. It's aggressive, but not as aggressive, okay? So anyway, that's that on closing costs. So hopefully you got some good information on that. Keep in mind, closing costs, down payment, totally different, okay? Then, real talk. We are talking about reflections, reflecting, and all that good stuff. So, my friend sent me, and she talked about it last year, and I didn't necessarily do it. But maybe a lot of people may have heard the whole Steve Harvey recommendation of writing out 300 things that you want, and you meditate on those every night before you go to sleep, and turn around a year later and see where you're at and how much you accomplished. Because a lot of times we don't realize that the things in which we've asked for, we got them, because life goes so quick. Life goes so quick. Like, I know for me, I'll be done asked for something, and I'll be done said I wanted it, and I'll get it. And my friends are like, you realize you asked for that. You prayed for that, and you got it. You got exactly what you prayed for. And I will forget, because, you get it and life goes on. You're like, whatever. So yesterday, I was talking to my friend. I'm like, I had got a little discouraged about the seminar last month. It was a very good seminar, but I had almost 30 people register and only 6 people showed up. But out of the 6 people that showed up, 3 of them were approved buyers already in less than a month's time. So I had to say, okay, it was worth it, because half of my people are in position to purchase. One is currently under contract, So I had to sit and reflect, because how quickly we forget. It's very quickly if we don't see things happening how we want it to happen. So basically he says, write out 300 things and reflect on them each night, and check to see where you're at a year later and how many of the 300 things actually happened. So what I did, because let me tell you how hard it is to write out 300 things. I'm like, I must not be dreaming big. Like, this is a lot of stuff. And he said, be very specific. So, I kid you not, I'm only on like number 50. And I might only be on like number 47. And I feel like I have talked about everything to the point where I'm really finna look at myself, look at my mental. Like, I think you have to decipher everything. Who do you want to be mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually? I don't know if I said that one. But all of that should be on this list. And so that's what I said I was going to spend time, was going through, okay, who does Labrisha Lee want to be mentally, right? Because my mental state isn't the best most days. It's not the best at all. I'm like, I feel like a nutcase most days. But this is something to think about. So write that out and be very specific. And so what ended up happening, because last year, January 2020, crazy enough, I wrote out my prayers, what I was going to pray for every day, right? So I had I had like 57, I think, when I looked at it. Now, mind you, I wrote this January of 2020. And when January started, I was praying off that list every day. But then the pandemic hit and all of that, not praying like I should, not looking at the list. I cannot tell y'all the last time I looked at that list, because I'm just like, I forgot. Life has started. We're on to the next one. But when I needed 300 things, I was like, oh, I had that prayer list. And I kid y'all not, it was a lot of them I couldn't put back on the new list because it happened. And I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. I still didn't get my weight together. 2022. What? I'm gonna be good. My weight's still not where it's supposed to be, but I'm at the gym. Okay? I'm at the gym. Y'all see the pictures in the morning. I don't be just running in there snapping a picture. I be sweating. I be hot. So, yes. So, definitely, I was super ecstatic because things that I had wrote happened on that list. And I completely forgot about it. And so, all I'm saying is just, it may be good to write it down. Because when I tell you, if y'all only knew half of the stuff that I've been going through mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, I feel like I'm at war most days. And I don't know why things come at me. I hate when people call me, and I do this every week. But I have had a lot going on. And Thursdays is a rough day for whatever reason. And so just trying to push through and be better and be like, okay, you're going to get on the other side and not get discouraged and all of that stuff it's a challenge, because I'm easily discouraged. Like, I'll be ready to just be like, I'm trying not to cuss, but I was finna, the F word. I'm like, whatever. It ain't meant to be. And so I don't like to argue with people. So I'm not one that's ready to just, I don't want to fight no more. I don't feel like doing that. It just ain't meant to be. So I have to stop myself from giving up. And I have to tell people, don't give up. Because life will knock you down a couple times in a day. But just get back up. Keep at it. it's something better on the other side and all of that good stuff. And so, yeah, I'm done. I said today was going to be short, not talk long anyway. But anyway, if you have gotten this far in this video and you are looking to purchase, like, share, no, what I'm talking about, like, share, and subscribe. I ain't on YouTube. Register for the seminar on Eventbrite, and it's going to be Saturday. Hopefully I get a good turnout, and it's going to be amazing. You learn a lot of information. Then that's pretty much it for me. Stay tuned for Fun Fact Friday. I think Fun Fact Friday is going to be goofy tomorrow. I'm debating on which one I'm going to do. I had pre-recorded some, so I don't know if I'm going to do one of my pre-recorded ones or if I'm going to shoot one tomorrow off the dome. But anyway, nevertheless, you'll get your Fun Fact Friday on tomorrow, and I am looking forward to working with you guys. If you know somebody looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please give me a call. All right, have an amazing Thursday, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Oh, wait, one last thing. Go watch my last video if you're interested in living in Henry County. Okay, guys? Those properties are going to go very, 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 very fast. So I would love to get somebody in there. They can close in May. You can close for my birthday. Buy a house from me so I can have a good birthday in May. Slang a whole lot of houses, have a whole bunch of closings. I'd be willing to have a closing on my birthday because then I get paid on my birthday. So yeah, do that. So let's get some people under contract. That community is going to be ready in May. Let me know if I can help you guys. You guys have an amazing rest of your evening. I am going to woosah and all that good stuff. So I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Be blessed. Bye, guys.